tonight. The Ministry of Health and Wellness implements contingency plans after a number of junior doctors did not turn up for work this morning. A father and his female companion have been taken into custody in relation to the sudden death of 7-year-old Tiana Russell. Still tonight, 3 of the 5 men who were listed as persons of interest regarding a shooting incident on Sunday at Dam Road Square, Johns Hall, St. James, have turned themselves in. And the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services is calling on the government to consider deferring the pending increase in toll fees. Good evening. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has implemented contingency plans to sustain operations at health facilities across Jamaica after a number of junior doctors did not turn up for work this morning. In a press release earlier today, the Health Ministry said it is assuring the public that all efforts are being made to ensure that patients accessing the various public health facilities receive the best possible care. The ministry further stated that the contingency plans will include the assignment of senior doctors to man various aspects of the operations. Priority will be given to emergency cases, while appointments for some elective procedures are being rescheduled. Meanwhile, the extent to which the junior doctors' failure to turn up for work has impacted the healthcare system is being assessed. Persons are being encouraged to call their health center or hospital to have their queries answered. In other news tonight, Jamaica has recorded 42 new COVID-19 cases and 5 deaths from the virus in the last 24 hours. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the latest fatalities are 2 females and 3 males from the parishes of St. Catherine, St. James, and Kingston and St. Andrew. Now, this increases the country's death toll to 1,080. Meanwhile, the new cases consist of 21 females and 21 males, ranging in age from 9 to 82 years. This increases the total of confirmed coronavirus cases in the country since the outbreak to 50,166. The new cases were recorded as follows. Kingston and St. Andrew recorded 8 cases, St. Mary 6 cases, St. Elizabeth recorded 5 cases, St. Catherine and Trelawney recorded 4 cases each, while Clarendon, Hanover, Manchester, and St. James recorded 3 cases each. St. Thomas recorded 2 cases, and Westmoreland recorded 1 case. Meanwhile, a total of 118 persons have recovered from the virus in the last 24 hours, taking the total of recoveries now to 30,192. There are 18,533 active cases of the virus on the island. In the meantime, the shipment of 65,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine donated by the government of Mexico will facilitate the staging of another vaccination blitz this weekend for persons who are due their 2nd dose. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton made the announcement at a press conference held at the Norman Manley International Airport yesterday. Minister Tufton said the weekend blitz that will be held from Friday to Sunday and possibly Monday will only be for persons who fall within the 8-week or over period because there is a need to clear that backlog. He further stated that the plan is to administer the 2nd doses of the vaccine. Dr. Tufton also noted that approximately 257,000 doses of the vaccine have been administered to date. Of that total, 173,000 persons have received their 1st dose and 84,000 their 2nd dose. He said that some 25 to 30,000 persons are now due their second dose of the vaccine. In other news tonight, the Olympic Gardens police station in West Central St. Andrew was officially opened yesterday. Here is Javon Thomas with more on this story.
Speaking at the opening of the Olympic Gardens police station in St. Andrew yesterday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness addressed the issue of crime in Jamaica. Prime Minister Holness said he is not in support of any criminals.
So I want to make it absolutely clear that we are at war with criminals. And if there are any political representatives that are in any way supporting criminals, that there is no protection from this Prime Minister, and I can speak on behalf of the Commission, there is no protection from the police establishment. They will be prosecuted. And I want to make that absolutely clear.
He further stated that the government is transforming national security in Jamaica.
This government has more than double, well, what am I saying double? We have increased the budget over 10 times what it was. We spent $40 billion on security in 1 year. And right now, we have over 200 police stations that are being improved. We have improved the mobility of the police force. We have improved the technology of the police force. We are increasing recruitment. We are changing the way in which the police interact and interface with the public. You are seeing greater, I don't want to use the term courtesy, but certainly greater respect in how the police treat with the citizens. We are doing everything to transform the force. We, as a government, have put in place almost everything that has been asked of us to transform security in Jamaica.
I'm Javon Thomas reporting for Mello TV News.
Thank you, Javon. And we go now to news from St. Catherine, where a father and his female companion have been taken into custody by the Linstead police as they lead a multi-agency investigation into the sudden death of 7-year-old Tiana Russell of New Works District in Linstead, who was pronounced dead at the hospital on Monday. Now, reports from the Linstead police coming into our news center regarding the incident are that at approximately 1:30 a.m., Tiana was taken to the hospital by her father, who reported that he heard her struggling to breathe. The child was pronounced dead shortly after. The police were summoned and several marks allegedly suggesting abuse were seen on Tiana's body. The body and her home were then processed. The police are working diligently to have an early post-mortem conducted as the investigation proceeds. Meanwhile, another child who resides with the couple is currently in the care of an adult relative. Back in the capital, detectives assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division are seeking the public's assistance to locate a witness who is vital to a case currently before the Home Circuit Court. He is O'Dane Fullerton. His last known address is Penso Street, Jonestown, Kingston 12. Fullerton is scheduled to appear before the court on Friday, July 2, tomorrow. O'Dane Fullerton or anyone knowing his whereabouts is being asked to contact the Denham Town Criminal Investigations Branch CIB at 876-948-6443, Police Emergency 119 or the nearest police station. Continuing with the news tonight, 3 of the 5 men who were listed as persons of interest by the St. James Police have made contact with investigators. Dermaine Wood, otherwise called Dum of Maypen, Clarendon, was taken into custody when he reported on the condition of bail at the Maypen Police Station yesterday. Tavoy Burnett, otherwise called Chuchu of Coconut Walk in Springmount, St. James, turned himself in at the Freeport Police Station earlier today, and the attorney of Kenrick McIntosh, of Springmount in St. James made arrangements for his client to meet with investigators in the parish. Meanwhile, Jermaine Drummond of Springmount, St. James, and a man known only as Bad Driver of a flanker address in the parish have not yet made contact. They are being asked to turn themselves into the St. James Police immediately. Law enforcement's interest in the men is in relation to a shooting incident committed at approximately 2:40 p.m. on Sunday at Dam Road Square, Johns Hall in St. James. 7 persons were shot and injured in that incident. Still tonight, 1.38 Titan Tiger revolver with 4.38 rounds of ammunition was handed over to the police in Portland by a resident of Hart Hill, Buff Bay in the parish after he was attacked by 2 men in his yard on Tuesday. Reports from the Buff Bay Police coming into our news center tonight are that at approximately 8:40 p.m., the complainant and a relative had just entered their yard when they were attacked by 2 men, one of whom brandished the weapon. A tussle reportedly ensued between the complainant and the armed assailant. The complainant reportedly used a machete to chop one of their attackers. The perpetrators subsequently ran, leaving the weapon behind. The police were alerted and the illegal firearm was handed over to them. The complainant and his relative escaped unharmed. Investigations into the incident are ongoing. And those are some of the stories making news. We will return with other stories as spokesperson on education and training, Dr. Angela Brown-Burke, has renewed the opposition's call for meaningful consultations with principals and teachers to ensure the development of a well-designed plan to address the major deficiencies that have contributed to the underperformance and disengagement of students. And the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services is calling on the government to consider deferring the pending increase in toll fees at this time, bearing in mind the current state of the economy in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. But first, we'll go to a break and then join Christopher Scott with the very latest in sports.